Good morning. Well, today is going to be a long session. Yesterday we took the day off and I decided to let Boone out in the arena, try to just kind of let him rip and buck and run and do what he wants to feel some type of freedom and stuff like that yesterday. And it was just so much fun getting to see him out from his typical in the stall and being locked up all the time. And so today, after experiencing that freedom, just thinking about it all night, today he's probably, his expectations is to go back out right now. And I could let Adara, who you see in the background, go out, but I think if I let her out, then his mind's going to be focused on being out also, instead of really trying to get into the sessions themselves. And so we're going to leave Adara in for right now and start working with Boone. First thing we got to do is get a halter on him. I'll do that and I'll film that, how Brandon gets the halter on him, and then we'll go from there. So what are some of the issues with Boone? First off, I've mentioned before, looking at all the scarring on his legs and stuff like that, I can see why it's an issue trying to get anywhere near his legs and feet, because of the trauma that you can obviously see when you look at it on almost every single one of his legs, front and back, all the way from his fetlocks up to his up above the cannon bones and stuff like that. He's got some various scars on his face and stuff. So all we can do is just kind of guess at whether it had been getting caught up in the fencing, or some scars probably come from his or from when he was free and everything. But I bet because of his actions and the way he responds and reacts all the time, that a lot of them are caused by his captivity. And in the captivity, not necessarily doing it on purpose, but he probably got caught up in some fencing and some of the chutes and stuff like that. When you see those guys doing the transition, there's a lot of things that you do for safety's sake, like announcing when a horse is fixing to come out of a trailer or a horse is fixing to come out of a stall. They get used to being driven out, and they also get used to jetting out, as I say, or reacting out and through spaces and fencing and stuff like that. So, what is his issues? What are his issues? And first off, we got to look at who he is as an individual. We got to look at his past, and we also need to look at his personality. And his personality is one that's kind of timid in nature, and he's just not sure of himself. He's a very powerful dude, very powerful Mustang. And so he's, in a way, he's been conditioned to react at 100 miles an hour, going through something or around something and all that. But it doesn't help his personality to be timid and scared when you're putting through those motions or you're driving him from one place to another. And so when we talked about the very first session, everything for him, in my mind, and trying to reasoning this, is tried to get him to slow down. And so in the development of both the communication side going into the relationship side with him, I'm doing everything kind of slow and methodical so he doesn't jump out of his skin and react so much. Even though he still does that, I need to purposely slow myself down and also be aware of what's going on inside me to make sure I'm not projecting things into him. I've got to be calm, I've got to be patient, and I also need to create those patterns which we talked about in the beginning with him, so he can start recognizing those things, and through repetition, just keep on repeating, so that he gets comfortable with that little routine and stuff. And again, the purpose is to slow him down. And so we may have a little bit of regression today because of his experience in freedom and everything. So his expectations is, oh, I want to go back outside and play and everything. And while that would be all and good, we're not helping him into doing that. Yep, felt good to my heart. And everybody was just laughing and watching him buck and play and stuff like that. But again, I've got 2 weeks, a little less than 2 weeks now, to work with him to quiet him down and get him a little bit more stable and less fractious in his reactions and everything. So that's what we're going to do today. I'll cut the camera after this, and then we will reset and show the halter, and then we'll reset that, stop the film, and then once we start working with him, start the filming back up again. It's so this may be an hour or so session, it may be 2 hours or so session, but the object and my mission as a military person, a way of doing things, I see everything as processes and as a mission. And so again, we're trying to slow him down, get him used to being around me, get him used to following that float, and actually get him to slow down and everything. So with that said, let's begin the day, and we'll see how it ends towards the end of the day, and go from there. So hope y'all enjoy it. If you got any comments or anything like that on what you think Boone's needs are, what he is asking, don't hesitate to note them down in some of the comment sections if you've got any ideas. If you agree with what I'm saying, then go ahead and you can talk about that also. Some of the old ways of doing things, not ready to quit just yet, may go on for about 10 minutes here, 7 minutes here, is they would take a horse like this and tie him up to what's called a patience tree and just let him work things out by himself and stuff. But that can be traumatizing in itself with a horse like this. A normal horse that's not so fractured and doesn't have so much baggage. A normal horse, they get through those things pretty quick, and even a brand new horse, you can get saddled in a day because they don't react as he does, being so scared of things and timid about things. And so again, we're going to go at it a different way. Instead of just tying him up and letting him work it out, I'm going to work it out with him, but a little bit less stressful for him, because I think that, again, tying him up and stuff like that, he's going to get in a wreck, and it looks like he's already been in several wrecks before. So without anything else said, let's stop right here. I'll cut, and then we'll go to the haltering and stuff like that. So enjoy your day. It's Saturday, and it's going to be a good day.